Hi, I'm Natalie McKnight, and my first research choice is Reggio Emilia. A long-time admirer of this curriculum, I have been because of its foundation in nature, rocks, trees, grass, as a learning space for children. In a nutshell, the overall curriculum is definitely a hands on learning experience and exploration. This curriculum takes the place of traditional academic experience as we may know it. Children in America do get a chance to play, but they do have a time of sitting down at the table, pencil and paper, sound instruction. This with Reggio is replaced with play, exploration, being presented different objects in the real world in real time to have a real experience. This exploration is documented, and once it is documented, it is built upon with further exploration. Children walk away learning in real time and learning hard facts and walking away with conclusions based on experience and not a lecturer and not the traditional experience of a teacher. So overall, it is a hands-on exploration in real time, learning real things about the real world, coming to real conclusions themselves. The teacher is present, but the teacher is a guide. The teacher is a compass. In a nutshell, it's hands-on. It is not behind a desk. It is not highly structured, but it is highly independent exploratory experience of the child in nature or in any given space that they are put in to observe and learn. The next item is the role of play. The role of play is actually a part of the instructional team. As I spoke earlier about the role of traditional academics being replaced with play, the role of play is the teacher. It is that tutoring time. It is time at the board or at the whiteboard, but the whiteboard is replaced with play. It's a part of the instructional team because the child is actually learning while they are playing. The child is presented items from the environment and they observe and they learn and they come to conclusions. Play is not just play, but it's taken very seriously because the Reggio way is aware of what the role of play is. And not that we are not aware in America, but in Italy, which is where the Reggio way is based and come from, and that is the name of the place where it does come from, over 70 years ago. Play is the major component for the child. It is not taken away for punishment. It is not an option, but it is the way that the children are going to learn. And because that is taken advantage of and built upon, is because they know that children are naturally adventurous. Children are naturally curious. Children naturally play. It comes to them. It's not second nature, it's first nature. So what comes to the child naturally is put on the forefront of their learning so that they not only get an untraditional experience, but they get untraditional learning and results and takeaways as well. Again, play is a part of the instructional team. It takes the place of the books, and everything is not read, but everything is experienced through play. The role of the teacher. The role of the teacher changes with the Reggio Emilia, which I will refer to as the Reggio way. The role of the teacher, again, it is not the traditional way. The teacher is there to support the child's interests and the child's instincts, sort of just like a safe place and a guide to protect and guide the child Okay, what do I mean protect? Oh, water is not going to let the child fall in, of course, but we'll let the child approach. We'll let the child experience. We'll let the child play and make conclusions. So the teacher is actually following the interests of the child. The child may be in nature, the child may be in any environment or be presented with some untraditional things, and the teacher then observes and document what the child is experiencing, what the child is learning, what the child is attracted to the most. The teacher is really documenting, and that's the teacher's takeaway, is what the child is taking away from the experience. The teacher is not saying this is what we have to do right now. The teacher is not keeping the schedule and dotting the I's and crossing the T's. The I's are dotted when the children show interest, and the teacher is then documenting what that interest is. The teacher is a support and an advocate, not the dictator, not the authority. The child is actually the authority because the teacher is following the lead of the child in support of its natural instincts to exploration and whatever the child is attracted to. Our next item is the family's role. How are they regarded and, excuse me, and how are they viewed? How do they participate? The parents with the Reggio Way are really regarded to me as co-teachers. It is not so much optional, and you don't have to pull and force for the parent participation as much as we know it is done in America. And that's not to say every parent participating in the Reggio Way is doing absolutely 100% either. However, the point is to say the parent is regarded as the co-teacher. The teacher just expects and is holding the parent accountable. Hey, you are going to walk away knowing what the children experience was today. And I'm not just telling you this just to inform you so you can walk away and have the knowledge, but I'm telling you this so that we can further build together and create activities for the child. Now, this is familiar with our previous module with family engagement, how there is actually conversation taking place on what activities Johnny gravitated to and what can be done at home. But with the Reggio Way, this is taken very seriously. It's a part of the normal process in early childhood education. It is not an added piece, it is an expected piece. And the parents are collaborators, like they are working together with the teacher, exchanging information, building upon the child's interest to take the child to the next level of that given interest. So the parent, the families are co-teachers and collaborators with the Reggio Way curriculum. It is like a glove, and they fit together like glue. It is all about the child, and they both build. This is not just a once in a quarter thing where report card pickup, we're going to have this major conversation. No, this is an ongoing process, just like family engagement. The family engagement is a regular part. It is a normal staple for the Reggio Emilia curriculum. The role of environment. The environment is definitely the classroom. There are no desk lying. There are no seats on the carpet, crisscross applesauce. That's where we sit. That's where we stay. There is structures that we are familiar with American early childhood education. However, the environment is the class. We are going to get outside, look at these trees, examine the leaves. Let's feel, let's touch. It is a highly sensory experience. That's the best way I could say it, is that the environment is the classroom, not just the structure that we know. a globe on the desk and an apple, to the left, and the whiteboard is in the middle, and just everything is cookie cutter perfect. No, children get a real time look in the real world and they explore. But while they explore, it is a purposeful exploration with the teacher as a guide, but the environment is the classroom. Children also get to use classroom tools instead of maybe sitting at the desk with not pen, but pencil and paper, Play-Doh and other manipulatives. Children have rocks, they have stones, they have pebbles, they have sticks, they have leaves. And when they get back to the classroom, the environment may be switched into an expression where children can move creatively, create things in art, maybe fine art for children. It is high and rich in art and nature, which takes me to the next mode. Why does this resonate with me? I am a huge advocate for nature. I am a huge lover of the arts, always has been and will be. I mean, huge. I absolutely love it. I love a class that has art. In my previous classrooms, I did not have a 100% traditional classroom, but because there are certain things we must have, I did have them. But I'm going to have a splash of art. I'm going to have a painting on the wall. The children will paint on their backs under the desks like the great artists did, Michelangelo and Leonardo and all of them. We are going to have those experiences. I 100% believe in breaking that cookie cutter mold. I do believe that some things still should be done and some things should be traditional, but education should not look exactly the same as it did when we first started. And in many ways, it does. And when I say we, I just mean education as a whole. There's different poems about that we can see on YouTube, and that goes back to the arts. I learn through art, I release through art, I am relieved through art, and having it in the classroom and giving it to children at an early age can boost their learning in ways that traditional education cannot, because all children do not learn the same. So I am definitely in love with this approach. When I think of a Reggio classroom, as I said in the beginning, I see branches maybe hanging and hung creatively from the ceiling that have been painted, and stacks of rocks that have been glue gun together maybe, but painted in greens and blues to reflect the earth. And the earth is the shape of a spear, so we bring in math that way. We bring in science because it's the earth. And I absolutely adore that type of learning. And in my future classroom, I would definitely embrace the Reggio way, coupled with some of the traditional modes of education as well. However, Reggio will be hugely embraced. I am an advocate. I am a fan. I have plants in the class. We planted herbs in the class. And I just think that those things should be a normal part of a child's learning and experiences. It goes beyond crayons and coloring sheets, but including the world as a class will open up the child's mind and eyes in ways a book with text cannot. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed. Please share your compliments and criticisms with me. Thank you. This has been Natalie McKnight. Thanks.